Hello again, YouTubers, on SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel. Today is March 10th, 2021, and unfortunately, I am the bearer of some disappointing news with regards to SpongeBob, and specifically with regards to the app, SpongeBob Moves In. So here we are on the Apple App Store page for the app, but first I want to show you guys this screenshot that I took when I opened SpongeBob Moves In on my iPhone earlier today. Essentially, SpongeBob Moves In will be shutting down on May 31st, 2021. So going back to the App Store page here, first I want to say, was this surprising? No, in my opinion at least. I felt that the writing was on the wall for this game for, at this point, years. And the reason being is that it was really neglected by Nickelodeon for the longest time. Let's go into version history. So the last update was 5.1, and that came out in 2020, 6 months ago. It just consisted of some bug fixes. The last time we had a substantive content update was in December 2019, with the Snowball War update, which was, by the way, reused. We also had the spooky ship crashing to Bikini Bottom, so a lot of poltergeist and all that. That Halloween update was recycled from 2014 in 2019. And then the last time we actually had brand new content exclusive to SpongeBob Moves In was in July of 2019 to tie in with SpongeBob's 20th anniversary and the episode SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout. In that update, Gary was introduced for the very first time into the game, and that was very much welcome. But that update also surprised me because they had essentially no new content in SpongeBob Moves In for the better part of over 3 years. Granted, there was the the return of the Valentine's Day Carnival in February 2019, but seriously, that's just reused, right? And before that, between January 2019 and this January 2016, there was literally no new content. Zero. As you can see here, they were just like bug fixes and all of that. Very lame updates, essentially. The last time we had a substantive content update before 2019 was in 2015, and that was, again, that Snowball War event. We had Halloween, the Martian plot. We had Bikini Bottom Navy convention. We had Mrs. Puff reopening her boating school. So some of these events, yes, they are limited time events. Some of these just introduce new content into the game. And, I mean, I don't think that there is a problem of creating new content in both areas, right? Limited time content and new content for the game, because SpongeBob is such a huge show. Essentially, the world of SpongeBob is so huge at this point that there's so much content that they can just extract from the show and make it or put it into the game in whatever way they want to. They don't even have to write new content for this game, but they failed to do it. Okay, so if you go down again, there's plenty more content back in 2015, and of course that was its heyday, between its launch in 2013 and until the end of 2015. Now, I understand that there was some issues with the developer. They did change developers once, I think, back in like 2015, 2014, or 2016. But after that, the game just stagnated. And this version history just goes to show how much Nickelodeon actually just neglected it. Can you imagine having a game like this that is actually by far, in my opinion, the most important and most unique SpongeBob game, because it is a SpongeBob themed city building game, and you can literally build your own town based on SpongeBob in this game, unlike any other SpongeBob game before, where you just have to play within the bounds of the game, essentially. I'm not saying that there are no bounds in SpongeBob Moves In, but still, you get to interact with the characters in a very different way than anyone has ever been able to do. So this game's concept was amazing. I thought the game's concept was amazing when it first came out. Back in 2013, in June of 2013, I was the one who posted SpongeBob Moves In trailer on YouTube for the very first time, right? And I was very excited for SpongeBob Moves In. I went so far as to make a guide website for SpongeBob Moves In, which you can see now on the screen. Unfortunately, because I was just busy with school and other stuff, I just stopped updating SpongeBob Moves In. But that wasn't the main problem either. It was more because there was no content to update the Moves In guide with. So again, it goes back to Nickelodeon just neglecting SpongeBob Moves In. So is it disappointing? Yes. Was this expected? Yes. And unfortunately, soon we will have to say goodbye to what I think is the best SpongeBob app that has ever been released, aside from SpongeBob Marbles and Slides. But even then, I think SpongeBob Moves In takes the cake for it. On my favorite SpongeBob apps of all time, this one is number one, and I'm really disappointed and sad to see the way that it has to go. You know, it's strange that Nickelodeon didn't pull support for this game earlier. One reason that you could decide not to pull the support for the game is profitability, right? Maybe it was just making a lot of money for them, and even without updating the game, they could just make like hundreds of thousands of dollars from the game. So why not, right? The investment in the development of the game has already been done. But at the same time, they failed to produce new content for it. Maybe this was because they didn't have any people working on it and they were just maintaining the servers. But again, because when we saw the new updates, or sorta new updates in 2019, perhaps they just didn't want to put out new content after that. They were just like, forget about it. We can just focus on something else. So it's really strange why Nickelodeon has made this decision right now. I mean, why couldn't you just leave it as is? Maybe they need the servers for a different project, or maybe they just don't wanna. They feel like it's not economical to keep the servers running for this game anymore. So yeah, comment box below what do you guys think about the shutdown of SpongeBob Moves In. And also feel free to check out the Moves In guide here. I have not promoted it since 2015 because again, I have not updated this website since 2015. So yeah. Now, in terms of content for SpongeBob Moves In, I know a lot of you actually have like PM'd me or commented asking for new SpongeBob Moves In content. And I think that SpongeBob Moves In shutting down is an impetus for me to make more content about this game. So what I intend to do, firstly, is to continue our SpongeBob Moves In playthrough, or get up to speed with our SpongeBob Moves In playthrough, and hopefully I can get out more content, progress faster in the game if possible. I'll do it as much as I can, because again, it takes time to play the game, and I do most of the playing in the back, like outside of the video, so that when I do record a video for SpongeBob Moves In, I can get to all the actual content that's actually happening, like new quests or leveling up or finding new recipes, that kind of stuff in the video itself. So I will try to do as much content as I can for SpongeBob Moves In and I am also thinking of doing a live stream of sorts, of like a speed run or a long play of SpongeBob Moves In closer to the closure of the app. So if you guys are interested in watching that, comment box below. And also, finally, I do have a lot of archived SpongeBob Moves In photos, screenshots. So if I do have the time, I will do my best to update the Moves In guide for the first time in over 5 years, as a archive of what I think is the most amazing SpongeBob app that has ever been released. And hopefully through it, we can always, as well as through the videos, of course, the gameplay videos, we can always remember this app, because unlike SpongeBob Town, if you guys don't know what that is, then forget about it. But if for those who know what SpongeBob Town is, that virtual world that never came to fruition, this came to fruition. And this brought joy to millions of kids and even myself, okay? And as much as I'm disappointed with it, we don't really have anything that we can do with regards to the closure, but we can always remember it and appreciate all the memories that came with this game. And so, yep, again, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try my best to create as much content for the game before it shuts down. So hopefully y'all will enjoy the content, and it's like a farewell for this app. And yeah, I guess that's what I have to work towards for the next couple of months. Hopefully you guys enjoyed SpongeBob Moves In. I did. And hopefully y'all will tune in to all the new SpongeBob Moves In content that we'll be making before the end comes for SpongeBob Moves In. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep right here on Ultimate SpongeBob 101, and I'll see you guys in the next SpongeBob video. Bye!